How you guys doing? Eric here. Today is Saturday, April 20th, 2019, 420. Big day here in Colorado. A lot of stuff going on. 420 today. Not only is it Hitler's birthday, it's the celebration of Hitler's birthday. The 20th anniversary of the Columbine shooting today. Lots of talk about that all over the media. They don't want us to forget about that at all, but right now I'm going to talk about 420, the Cannabis Day, the celebration of cannabis all over America. Yeah. It's a big day here down in Denver and Boulder. They're having all kinds of celebrations and party, which is cool, man. I like, you know, nothing wrong with that. People gather out in public, get together with hundreds of people, like in front of the Capitol building, and I think down in Denver, and they all smoke, have a big smoke out in public, and the cops all gather around and fucking, they don't really do anything about it, you know. They just kind of stand down, even though smoking pot is illegal in public, right? I don't know why it shouldn't fucking be at all, in my opinion. But yeah, so, you know, Colorado's famous for being the first state to legalize, to supposedly legalize, quasi-legalize recreational cannabis. So anybody that's got an ID from anywhere in the world can buy cannabis here in Colorado. And so, but you know, it's still, what I like to talk about is that it's legal, but it's still fucking demonized. And you can buy it, but you can't smoke it in public. You can't, you know, you can't have any in your system and legally drive a car, which is insane to me, man. That's the big fucking problem right there, man. That's how it's fucking up people's lives, man. So many people are getting DUIs when they're not even high. They just pull over and the cops instantly say, I smell marijuana. You know, I watch so many videos where, you know, all the cop has to do is claim that he smells marijuana, and all your fucking rights go out the window, man. Even if there is no, you know, even if it's nothing, they're trained to smell marijuana, and if they smell it, if they claim to smell it, that's all the probable cause they need to fucking pull you out of your vehicle and search your vehicle. And then a lot of times I've seen videos where they do that and they don't find anything because there's nothing there. They say, well, you probably had a few shakes, you know, a few little, you know, leaves or shake on your fucking rug or something. They'll claim, they'll see some like plant material there and say, oh yeah, that's probably some shake. That's what the dog smelled. So if you don't give them consent to search your car, and you know, but if they smell it, they can search your car if they claim to smell it. But anyways, yeah, I'm getting too far into that. And also the other problem with it is it's still very frowned upon, you know, by all the fucking corporations and shit that run the world, right? So if you can't pass their piss test, you can't have a job, right? You can't even get a job if you have cannabis in your system. So that's fucking wrong right there, man. Those two facts right there is what really irks me about this. You know, you can drink as much alcohol as you want, you know, you can smoke deadly cigarettes, you know, and they have designated places to smoke in public now, you know, even though it's not legal, like, to smoke in public, really, even cigarettes anymore. They put in so many fucking laws since I was a young guy, you know. Back in then, you know, you could smoke anywhere, inside of bars, restaurants, you know, and I think that's all right, you know, that they don't, you know, if it bothers other people, it's probably a good thing. Go outside and smoke. But they made it so ridiculous you can't even smoke. Like down on the 16th Street Mall in Denver, I watched a lot of Eric Brandt videos, and a lot of his videos, man, the cops are fucking prosecuting homeless people for smoking cigarettes. It's fucking insane, man, because they have a horrible addiction that, you know, is perfectly legal, an expensive habit, you know, and they're not really bothering anybody, but the cops will still use it as an excuse to fucking write him a ticket that they can't afford to pay so that they can get a warrant from their arrest. And then who knows, when they get arrested, what's going to happen to them? Like my theory says before, man, If you don't get bailed out, no one comes to visit you. No one's probably gonna miss you if you disappear. So yeah, that's how they do it, man. They pass these laws like, you can't smoke here, you can't do this here, or there, you can't sit down here, and then they come and give them tickets. They can't pay them, they get a warrant. Next thing you know, you never see that homeless person again. But anyways, I digress. I was talking about cannabis on this video, but yeah, it all relates together, man. 420, kind of interesting that Colorado passed it, the law in 2012 to legalize cannabis here, or quasi-legalize recreational cannabis. And 2012, so the law went into effect in 2013, so that's an interesting year, 2013, you know. 13, the number 13 numerology, 20 plus 13 equals 33. I know it sounds crazy, but you know, I didn't used to think all this numerology shit wasn't much to it, but it means a lot to them. So there's probably something to it, man. That's why a lot of shit happens on 420, like the Columbine shooting. Happened to be Hitler's birthday, one of the greatest, or no, the greatest villain character of all history, Adolf Hitler. And I say character because that's exactly what I mean. This puppet show's been going on for a long time, and Hitler was just a player in it, just like Trump is today. You know, he was just another actor on the stage, man. Hitler wasn't really what they made him out to be, man. There was really people pulling Hitler's strings, just like people are pulling Trump's strings today. So, you know, but yeah, he plays the evilest villain character of all history. You know, he's the one that prosecuted the H word. The one thing that I can't talk about on my channel. No one can talk about the H word and deny it. And like today, the big thing is they're really starting to demonize people that talk bad about climate change. It's kind of the same insanity. But yeah, so this shit all relates together, man. It's all coming together on this weekend, man. 420. It's all, so yeah, it's a fascinating time. See what happens. I don't think anything crazy will happen today, but who knows. 420, there was a shooting. Someone started shooting a gun down there or something. There was a big down in Denver, I guess. Maybe someone let off some firecrackers and it caused a stampede. So anyways, yeah, a lot of shit happens. They stage, you know, because that's where I'm going, you know. That's where I've come to the conclusion of that our whole reality is fucking false. You know, that our whole history is false. You know, and they've known all along that we have cannabinoid systems, and the best medicine for us is cannabis. And you know, they don't want us having it without, you know, some kind of stigmatization behind it, without risking something. The system that stays in your system, so they can always find it on you. You can always be prosecuted for it, man. So even by the feds, man. The feds can at any time come and prosecute anybody they want because it's federally illegal. So yeah, it's all a big bunch of bullshit, man. We live in a fake fucking reality, and you know, our fucking rights and freedoms are at the whim of these fucking turds, and they can anytime they want come and fucking arrest us for anything they want. So yeah, our freedom is fake, our rights are fake. And yeah, so it's 420. Anyways, happy 420. We're still gonna celebrate a little bit, and maybe I'll go down to Nederland later and have a couple beers at the bar. Maybe go to the cannabis shop, pick up a couple items. What do you think, Dingo? Are you celebrating Hitler's birthday today? Is it a coincidence that it's on 420, or did they plan it that way? So yeah, there's always going to be a stigma to cannabis, and there's always going to be a risk with Big Brother. And if you have any in your system at any times, you're always going to be in peril if they at the whim of the system, because they know that it is our best medicine, and they just don't want us to have free access to it without risking something. I guess that's how I'm trying to say. Yeah, that really pisses me off, man, when a cop can just say that he smells weed, and then he can just fucking have his way with you, man. You know, just because he doesn't have to prove it. He just has to say it isn't, you know, it's just a fucking bullshit, man. It's another way that they get, you know, they're trained to fucking get around the people's rights, man. They use the smell of cannabis and obstructing justice and interfering with their investigation. They're all trained to do that. If you don't cooperate with them and you know, let them violate your rights, those are the things that they threaten you with. Also, I forgot to mention a few years back when I was on probation, you know, I was forbidden. You know, the first thing they tell you when you get on probation, you are not allowed to use any kind of cannabis or anything, edibles. You know, they make it very clear to you. So yeah, I had to go for like 14 months, you know, in a legalized state of cannabis, we're not able to touch it, man. You know, that was fucking hard as hell, man. That was one of the hardest things I ever had to do, man, besides quit smoking cigarettes.